Hello everyone, this is the Earth Archives. A strong earthquake with a magnitude of 7.1 occurred in Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan on the afternoon of the 8th, 2024. In the following days, earthquakes occurred in Hokkaido and Kanagawa Prefecture. On the 8th, the Japanese government announced that the Nankai Trough will occur in the next week. Earthquakes are possible. How terrible is this earthquake that Japanese people are familiar with but are afraid of happening? Before the show starts, please help subscribe, like and turn on the little bell. This will help the Earth Archives grow. The show starts. The Japanese archipelago, a collection of islands nestled in the Pacific Ocean, is a land where the Earth never rests. It lies at the intersection of some of the planet's most powerful tectonic plates, the Pacific Plate, the Philippine Sea Plate, the Okhotsk Plate, and the Amurian Plate. This unique and perilous location makes Japan one of the most seismically active regions on Earth, a place where the ground itself seems to breathe, pulsating with the movements of the plates far beneath its surface. Among the many tectonic boundaries that lace the region, the Nankai Trough stands as one of the most significant. Stretching off the southern coast of Japan, from the Izu Peninsula to the island of Kyushu, the Nankai Trough marks the boundary where the Philippine Sea Plate is being forced beneath the Eurasian Plate. This process, known as subduction, is responsible for some of the most powerful and devastating earthquakes in Japan's history. The Nankai Trough is not merely a geographic feature, it is a source of anxiety, a symbol of the unpredictable and destructive forces that lie hidden beneath the sea. For centuries, the Japanese people have lived in the shadow of the Nankai Trough, aware that its movements could bring catastrophe at any moment. The history of the Nankai Trough earthquakes is a testament to the raw power of the Earth and the resilience of those who live in its path. Among the many earthquakes associated with the Nankai Trough, the most infamous is the Hoei earthquake of 1707. It remains one of the most powerful earthquakes in Japan's recorded history, with an estimated magnitude of 8.6. The Hoei earthquake struck on October 28, 1707, and its impact was felt far and wide. The quake ruptured along a vast section of the Nankai Trough, causing widespread destruction from the Tokai region in the east to the Nankai region in the west. The initial shock of the earthquake was terrifying, but it was the events that followed that truly etched the Hoei earthquake into the annals of history. In the immediate aftermath of the earthquake, massive tsunami waves began to form. These waves, some as high as 25 meters, raced towards the coastline, crashing into the shores of Shikoku, Kyushu, and Honshu. Entire villages were swept away, and the death toll was staggering. The tsunami traveled several kilometers inland in some places, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The impact on the coastal regions was catastrophic, and the effects of the tsunami were felt for years to come, as survivors struggled to rebuild their lives in the face of such overwhelming loss. However, the Hoei earthquake's legacy did not end with the tsunami. Just 49 days after the earthquake, on December 16, 1707, Mount Fuji, Japan's tallest and most revered mountain, erupted in what would become known as the Hoei eruption. This eruption was the only recorded instance in which Mount Fuji erupted after a significant earthquake, leading many to believe that the seismic activity from the Hoei earthquake had triggered the volcanic eruption. The eruption itself was a dramatic and terrifying event. For over 2 weeks, Mount Fuji spewed ash, cinders, and volcanic debris into the air. The ash cloud from the eruption was so extensive that it reached as far as Edo, modern-day Tokyo, more than 100 kilometers away, and blanketed the surrounding regions in a thick layer of ash. Crops were destroyed, water sources were contaminated, and the air was filled with volcanic dust, causing respiratory problems among the population. The Hoei eruption did not produce any lava flows, but the sheer volume of ash it expelled had a devastating effect on agriculture, leading to widespread crop failures and famine in the years that followed. The connection between the Hoei earthquake and the eruption of Mount Fuji is a subject of great interest to seismologists and volcanologists. The idea that a massive earthquake could trigger a volcanic eruption adds a layer of complexity to our understanding of tectonic activity. It also serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of the Earth's geological processes. The Hoei earthquake and the subsequent eruption of Mount Fuji are not isolated events. They are part of a larger pattern of seismic and volcanic activity that has shaped Japan for millennia. The Nankai Trough, with its history of producing great earthquakes, remains a focal point of concern for scientists and government officials alike. The potential for another massive earthquake in the Nankai Trough is not just a theoretical possibility, it is a near certainty. The geological record shows that the Nankai Trough experiences major earthquakes every 90 to 150 years, and the last great earthquake, the Showa Nankai earthquake, occurred in 1946. Given this history, many experts believe that the next Nankai Trough earthquake could happen within the next few decades, if not sooner. The implications of such an event are profound. A major earthquake in the Nankai Trough today would have devastating consequences, not only because of the immediate damage caused by the earthquake and any resulting tsunami, but also because of the densely populated and economically vital regions that lie in its potential path. The Kansai region, home to cities like Osaka, Kyoto, and Kobe, is one of Japan's most important economic hubs, and a major earthquake here could disrupt the national and even global economy. Moreover, the possibility that a Nankai Trough earthquake could trigger another eruption of Mount Fuji is a scenario that cannot be ignored. Although Mount Fuji has been quiet since the Hoei eruption, it is still considered an active volcano, and the connection between large earthquakes and volcanic eruptions is a topic of ongoing research. The threat of a combined earthquake and volcanic eruption is a sobering reminder of the complex and sometimes terrifying dynamics at play beneath Japan's surface. The Japanese government has taken extensive measures to prepare for the next Nankai Trough earthquake. Advances in technology have led to the development of sophisticated earthquake early warning systems, tsunami warning systems, and disaster preparedness plans. Japan has some of the most stringent building codes in the world, designed to ensure that structures can withstand the intense shaking of a major earthquake. The country also conducts regular disaster drills to prepare the population for the possibility of a large-scale seismic event. Despite these preparations, however, there is a recognition that no amount of planning can completely eliminate the risks associated with living in such a seismically active region. The Earth's tectonic movements are unpredictable, and the forces involved are so immense that even the best-laid plans may prove inadequate in the face of a truly catastrophic event. The history of the Nankai Trough earthquakes, including the Hoei earthquake and the eruption of Mount Fuji, serves as a powerful reminder of the need for vigilance and preparedness. It is also a reminder of the resilience of the Japanese people, who have faced these challenges time and again throughout their history. The Nankai Trough earthquake is not just a scientific concern, it is a part of Japan's cultural memory, a symbol of the ever-present threat posed by the natural world. As we look to the future, the story of the Nankai Trough continues to unfold. Scientists are constantly working to improve our understanding of the tectonic processes that drive earthquakes and volcanic eruptions, using a combination of historical records, geological studies, and advanced technology to build more accurate models and predictions. These efforts are crucial, not only for mitigating the effects of future earthquakes, but also for helping to protect lives and property in the regions most at risk. The Nankai Trough remains one of the most closely monitored seismic regions in the world. The lessons of the past, the devastation wrought by the Hoei earthquake and the eruption of Mount Fuji, are never far from the minds of those who study these phenomena. They serve as a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of understanding and respecting the forces that shape our planet. The story of the Nankai Trough is more than just a story of disaster, it is also a story of survival. It is a story of how a nation has learned to live with the constant threat of earthquakes and tsunamis, of how it has adapted to the challenges posed by its unique and volatile environment. The Japanese people have shown incredible resilience in the face of adversity, rebuilding their lives and their communities after each disaster, and continuing to live in one of the most beautiful and dynamic regions of the world. As we look to the future, the question is not whether another great earthquake will occur, but how we will respond when it does. The lessons of the past are there to guide us, to remind us of what is at stake, and to inspire us to prepare for what is to come. The Nankai Trough is a reminder of the delicate balance that exists between the Earth's crust and the lives built upon it. It is a story of the deep connections between the land and the people, of the ways in which geological forces have shaped not only the landscape but also the history and culture of Japan. The story of the Nankai Trough is a story that continues to unfold, a story that is as much about the future as it is about the past. It is a story of science, of culture, of survival, and of the ongoing quest to understand the forces that shape our world. It is a story that is far from over, and one that will continue to be told for generations to come. The tremors beneath the Japanese archipelago are a constant reminder of the dynamic nature of our planet. The Nankai Trough, with its history of devastating earthquakes and its potential to trigger volcanic eruptions, stands as a symbol of the challenges and dangers that come with living in one of the most seismically active regions on Earth. But it is also a symbol of resilience, of the ability to adapt and survive in the face of overwhelming natural forces. As the world watches and waits for the next great earthquake, the story of the Nankai Trough continues to be written in the shifting plates beneath the sea, in the memories of past disasters, and in the preparations for future ones. It is a story that reminds us of the power of nature, the fragility of human life, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. The Nankai Trough earthquake is not just a geological event. It is a part of Japan's history, its culture, and its identity. It is a story that has shaped the nation and will continue to do so in the years to come. And as we look to the future, it is a story that challenges us to learn, to prepare, and to persevere in the face of the unknown. However, these events, catastrophic as they were, may pale in comparison to what experts now predict for the future. The Japanese government has issued dire warnings. The next Nankai Trough earthquake could be the most devastating in the nation's history, potentially surpassing even the Great East Japan earthquake of March 11, 2011, commonly referred to as the 311 earthquake. That disaster, with its magnitude of 9.0, triggered a tsunami that caused the deaths of over 18,000 people and led to the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, an event that continues to impact Japan today. Yet, the forecast for the Nankai Trough is even more grim. According to official estimates, the death toll from a future Nankai Trough earthquake could exceed 230,000, with the destruction spanning a wide swath of the nation, from the Kanto region in the east to Kyushu in the west. This scenario is not just a theoretical worst case. It is a prediction based on extensive scientific research, historical data, and sophisticated modeling. The potential scale of the disaster is a sobering reminder of the awesome and terrifying power of nature, and the challenges that lie ahead in preparing for such an event.